everybody. Welcome back. I'm Jane Morton, psychic counsellor, and I'm here today to answer any questions or give some advice if you want some. So please do ask away. We can have some hellos, or shall I do some housekeeping? I'll tell you what, I'll do a quick chat on me. You can see my Facebook page, Aroma Rose Heart, there at the bottom. Please do go have a look, like and follow. That'd be lovely. It's my business page. I'm an aromatherapist as well as other holistic therapists and reflexologists, but I also do psychic and mediumship work. And my psychic counselling is based on spiritual and counselling put together, and I have a diploma in that. So please do go over and have a look and see what I do. And also I'm not going to do housekeeping actually, because we don't do housekeeping anymore, so we won't talk about that. Anyone that's tuned in that knows me, I usually do the show fortnightly on a Wednesday. I did miss one fortnight ago, so I do apologise if you were looking forward to me, but I'm back now, and I'm back home with my dog. So if he barks, I'm going to apologise now, but he's only joining in. Actually, do you remember, Richard, last time I did it from home, my smoke alarm kept going off, which was quite funny, wasn't it? And we didn't know why. It was while I was reading for a particular woman, and then it stopped when I stopped reading for her. So things might happen in here today, so I do apologise now. So what have we got today then? Have we got anyone watching, or am I talking to myself today, like I always do? Hi Kerry. Lovely to see you back. Hi Christine. Lovely to see you. It's nice to see the regulars. It's nice to see new people. Hi Clipper. Okay, free. I feel love. That'll teach me to miss a show. Or it might teach Mr. Producer not to share my show. Anyway, yeah. But please do, if you're watching, like and share on YouTube. Anyone that knows us knows we were on Facebook for quite some time, but we're now on YouTube, so we've got to get these likes and shares back up and back out there for people to see us. So, shall I talk about myself, or should I just talk about what should we talk about? Not the weather, that's boring. We're getting close to Christmas, and this is probably my last show, isn't it? Till Christmas, because I'm doing it Christmas. When is Christmas Day? I can't remember. Is it Thursday or is it next Thursday? Is it Friday? Right. Well, I won't be doing it next week. Hi, Di. Love to see you back. I won't be doing it obviously Christmas week, so I won't be back to the end of the year. And we'll see how all our Christmases went. Yeah, and we can have a chat and see what's going on. And let's hope 2021 bucks us all up. That's all I can say. Or just loads of. Oh yeah, and bit of good news. I don't know anyone that knows when I've talked about it before. I had originally came on SPTV back in January this year. I was a guest on the Sunday Sofa with Sam and Polly and Emily, and then I went on to do my own show in April. And now I can announce from Sunday I will be co-hosting with Polly and Leah the Sunday Sofa as well. I don't know if it's because Rich is desperate or it's because people like to see my face. It's neither apparently, but no. So yeah, so you get me twice at the moment this week. So please do like and share, because you're going to have to put up with me again on Sunday with the lovely Polly and Leah. And we could talk about tonight's show, but we haven't got enough people watching, have we? Thank you, Christine, for sharing. Thank you. You all know what cards I use, so I'm not even going to tell you what cards I'm using. We're not even going to show them yet, because we know that you all know what cards we use. If we do get anyone tuning in from other countries, please do let us know where you're from, because we always like to see who's watching us. I know the time's a little bit hard sometimes, and it's a little bit different, but it's great that you can get up first thing in the morning and watch us or watch me with your cup of tea. Yay! Is that yay? I'm on the Sunday Sofa, Christy. Hope so. It's yeah. It was weird. When I first went on in January, it was I hated it. I was really nervous, didn't want to do it. And I felt really out of place, and I was listening to Sam and Polly, thinking I'll just let them get on with it. Can't believe a year on, here I am rabbiting on to myself and Richard best of the time. But yeah. I'm filming from home today because it was easier for me and Richard to stay at our own places, even though we both live near the studio. So yeah, so it is easier to be here sometimes, but I like to get out when I can because I haven't been out a lot this year, as you all know. So, hi Alison, lovely to see you back. Does anyone want to ask me anything? Those that are tuned in, you're all our regulars. So if you want to ask me a question or want a card pulled, please do. We're thinking of renaming my show. Actually, maybe we should ask the audience, Richard, what to call it. We were thinking of, yeah. We were saying that I'm no longer a psychic counsellor on this show. I seem to do a lot more love advice. I've turned into Dear Deirdre, if anyone remembers her. So it's now Dear Jane. So maybe we should revamp it and call it some sort of love advice show. Don't know if anyone wants to take love advice from me. I didn't do very well in my own love advice, but I'm always good at helping others. So yeah, any ideas, please put them down. Put them on a idea. And if you're still watching and following the fan page on Facebook, please put it on there as well. We'd love to see that. Well, Richard can't, but I can. I'll tell him what it's going to be called. I want to see if you have anyone next to you. Only my dog at the moment, Christy. No, only joking. My dog's been away from me for quite a while, so he hasn't left my side since he's been back, even though I keep tripping over him with my dodgy leg. Let me see what I'm picking up. Oh, I've just got the name Barry come through, Christine. I don't know if that's relevant for you. I know last time in the studio I got quite a lot of people around me. It's weird because, as you know, I don't normally do that on the show. And I obviously got that 10-year-old boy that came and sat with me. But I've just got the name Barry. So I don't know if that's relevant to you, Christine, or he's coming in for someone else. Hi, Jane. Lovely to see you. And I'm getting quite thick sideburns with Barry, and I'm getting a little bit of a hoarse voice. Feel like I might have been a bit of a heavy smoker. So yeah, excuse me because he's affecting my voice. So let me know, Christine, if you do know a Barry, thick sideburns. And when I say that, I'm getting 70s style sideburns, if anyone knows. Well, not even Elvis look, because that was quite fit, but you know that sort of like men had their hair slightly longer and they had that sort of, I'm just getting these sideburns down. Name Barry, quite dark haired, thick dark hair, and I'm getting a horsey, like he's a bit of a smoker. Hi, Pamela. Oh, wasn't it Pamela that set my smoke alarm off? I think it was you, Pamela. I remember we were having a laugh about it while we was chatting. When you are in the studio, yeah. When I was in the studio last time, I didn't tell anyone on this show that I had a 10-year-old child that sat with me because I didn't want to. I know it's a spiritual show, but I was doing a different sort of show. I didn't even tell Richard till afterwards, but obviously we then went on that night and did the first orb and watching this empty studio show. And you can't take Barry. Okay, Kristen, it may be for somebody else, but he could be bringing somebody else in, so I'll keep on with that one. But yeah, so obviously the orb studio, then I mentioned it and people were going, oh, why didn't you say before? But I wasn't sure whether to randomly go, oh, I have a 10-year-old boy sat next to me at the moment, blah, because originally that wasn't how my show worked, but I think we just go with it now and do what we want. So, but yeah, I haven't been back in the studio since that one, either have I, Richard, because obviously I've been back in the studio, but not to do a show. Yeah, I missed obviously the last one. I was feeling a little bit off colour. So today, obviously in my house, they're going to have to come to see me here if they want to sit next to me, but I'm sitting in my dining chair today. If anyone notes my lovely Christmas tree in the background. So I'm sitting here today, so I'll see what happens. But yeah, if you can't take Barry, Christine, I'm going to see if he's bringing someone else through for you or whether he's round me for somebody that may come on anyway. I know some mediums and psychics can bring direct people in. I'm a bit random. They just come in and chat. New life begins from day one. Hi, love. Hi, you. It's an unusual. You have to let us know why you give yourself that title. My obviously business is called New Beginnings, so new life and starting from day one. That's exactly what I thought my life was restarting. So I sort of get that sentence, but let us know the meaning behind it if you want to. Who else have we got? Well, that's it. I tell you, Christine, I am going to give you a card, Christine, and I'm going to see what Barry wants. If Barry is for you, if Barry's got somebody he wants to bring in for you. Get that dog. I've just got a black dog. It's not a Labrador. It might be a cross with a Labrador, but I've just got a black dog around him as well. He's making me want to itch my chin. Okay, right. I've got wisdom number 5, Mr. Producer. This keeps you on your toes. This does, because in the studio I just go, I've got this card, and then he puts it up. I don't even know it's up. It just says it's up, and then I'll take it down. Here I can see myself do it. It's strange. So you do keep us on our toes, going from one place to the other, don't you? Have you got it? Is it up? Oh, he's not with it today. He's been working very hard, Mr. Producer. So, Christine, wisdom. I know that you watched many of. You want me to turn my screen right round? Can't see my Christmas tree then. Right, hang on. Oh, God. How's that? Right, hang on. Oh, I can't move any further. Is that any good? Right. God, it's bad enough I've got no one watching me. Can't even sit still in my own chair without it moving me from a distance. So, Christine, let's get back to you. Let's talk about you. Wisdom. I know you watch a lot of the shows. You're a regular of SPTV, so you're very in tune with your spiritual side. I always say when this card comes out how much I love it, because it just shows such. I mean, he's wearing a purple cloak. It's all intuitive. It's all about being in tune with your third eye. To me, when he holds that book, it's about holding your Akashic records, your life, your different lives, past lives. And dog is man's best friend always, even if you're a cat lover, it is. And it's funny because the dog, I've been drawn back to the dog. I'm definitely getting this black, like wiry, poodly, like I suppose it could be a Labradoodle. I'm getting some kind of black crossed dog, maybe of a Labrador, that's walking around as well. So I don't know what that's about and why I'm being drawn to this dog. Barry does seem quite keen. I can't seem to shift him. He's making my skin itch. If there is anyone that can take Barry, can you let me know? Because I feel like he's got some sort of skin complaint, some sort of psoriasis, some sort of he had something wrong with his skin. He found not very sensitive. Had to do. I feel like it was a psoriasis or quite a chronic eczema condition. It's weird, Christine, because I do feel he is for you, even though you can't take him. I feel that he's got some kind of message, because it's making me look around the house on the card. If you look at it, I'm looking at the family, and it's like there's some message being given to the family. I'm just not getting a clear picture of what he's trying to show me. Is it a collie? Could be, because they've got a little bit of a wave, haven't they? They've got a little bit of a curly. It's a what I call a Labrador sized dog, which is big to me because my dog's a Cavachon, so he's sort of what I call small to medium. But it's a dog that's going around me. It's quite I can see it wagging its tail. So yeah, it could be a collie, because it's like I said, it was more of a cross, so it didn't look like a direct Labrador. But he is there. I've got Barry, I've got him, I've got the smoking because my throat is quite croaky. And it's making me look at the family home. So I don't know if there's something going on indoors or around someone's family home that you're close to, that he's trying to get a message to, because he does seem quite keen to want to show me the dog and the family home. But I'm not sure what he wants me to say. He's not not talking a lot. It's not a big talker, Barry, that's for sure. Smoked a lot, but not talked a lot. I just feel there is a message. I'm going to keep working on that, Christine, because I feel quite groggy around him. I feel quite show me some sort of pins, nails. So I can't think what he's showing me. Some sort of pins or little nails, little tacks going into something. This man is around your family, whether it's an in-law of somebody close to you. I don't know why he's made me say in-law. Does that make any sense, Christine? I've got tacks, like, you know, like little short nails, what you call tacks, I suppose. It's making me shift now because I feel like I'm in the wrong place. You know, like you would tack a little bit of wood in, or you'd put something. He's showing me tacks and some sort of felt, and he's showing me the house, and he's talking about in-laws, but he's not a big talker. He's definitely not a big talker. He's a hard worker, but he's not a big talker. You might need to do a bit of work and investigation like that, but I feel like it's someone around you's in-laws is what I'm getting. So let me know, Christine, if any of that makes sense, or whether I'm just rambling and talking rubbish because I've had a week off. Yeah, I'm just rambling, talking rubbish, but like when Richard does his show. Yeah, well, some people think I do, so it don't really matter. But yeah, yeah, let us know, Christine, because it's definitely a heavy smoker, I suppose. Yeah, it's not a smoke environment. He's a smoker, because my chest and throat keep wanting to clear my throat, and I haven't smoked in over 20 years, so it can't be me. Yeah, let me know, Christine, if that makes any sense. You can take any of that, especially the tax. Don't ask me why I'm seeing these tax being it's making me tap my table now. So yeah, tap. Yeah, let us know. Have we got anyone else? Have we got any hellos? Hi, Kim. Hi, Shruti. Please apologise. I do apologise if I don't say it right. I'm going to say Shruti Agawa. Hi, lovely bunch of flowers there. We all need to see something a bit bright. I've pulled my blinds down to stop the light shining in on the camera, and now it's the sun. It's all gone dark, so it'll probably be pitch black in a minute. Only person I knew that used text, but his name was Mick. That's interesting, Christine, because my dad's name is Michael, but we always called him, well, I called him Dad, but the kids called him Granddad Mickey. So it's weird you're saying it's Mick, but it's a definite Barry. I've got a Barry all around me. And I definitely would know if it was a Mick, because it's a name that I always relate to my dad with. But it is tax. It was like roofing tax, tapping, sort of, you know, I can almost see them in their mouth. You know, when you put them in your mouth and you take one out, bang it in, take one out, bang it in. Even like a carpet fitter. Don't ask me where that's come from. I'm either a bit rusty, I needed to drink more water today. But yeah, I just want to take it out of the mouth and tap it in. And your mum's dog was a black Labrador, and it's mum's dog in spirit, because this dog's around me. Obviously, in the last show when I was bringing spirit in, obviously I do seem to be bringing more spirit in, which is not what I ever intended to do on the show. I do it in my private readings. I don't do it on the show, because I've kept one-to-one. But I am very remote viewing, so I can bring in current people that live in and the past, and I have to sit and work out what they're showing me, because where I can remote, I can go around and see people in the living as well as people in spirit. So but this dog is around me, which makes me think this dog is in spirit. And maybe Barry was a neighbour of your mum's, because the dog is with Barry. The dog seems to like Barry, which is why I said it seems like a family member. So yeah, let me know. Who wants to ask me a question? Hi, Lynn. She's saying hello to Alison, not me. The dog is in spirit, yeah. Lynn says hello, Alison. Lynn says hello to you, not me. I'm sure she's saying hello to me as well. Oh, it is in spirit. Yeah, I feel like it's bouncing around me, so it's definitely spirit. And obviously Barry's in spirit. And this, I'm just getting tax in the mouth, carpet fitting. It is a fuzzy head. Makes me wonder if he's had some sort of stroke in the past. If you feel inclined, may I have a card, please? Well, you might as well carry, because I'm not getting much today, am I? No one's coming on to see me. I blame Thanks, Liz. I was only joking. I knew you meant me as well. Okay, Kerry. Kerry, I'm getting someone around me that's got something wrong with their left arm, their joint of their left arm. You've got moving on, number 6, Mr. Producer. Am I going this side or this side? That side. That. So while Mr. Producer's getting that, I'm getting a discomfort in my left arm. I feel like I've dislocated it, or I feel like someone gets some sort of frozen shoulder. It just feels a little bit uncomfortable. It feels a little bit, like if you pull a muscle, it feels a little bit like that, but it just feels that I can't seem to work this arm. It's definitely my left arm because I'm getting it now, and this person is showing me this. But I feel like this is somebody now. This is somebody in the living that's having a problem with their shoulder, with their left shoulder, all around that. Literally, I call it Barbie joint. If you not that I did this, people, but if you rip the doll's arm off, the joint always looks like it's gone back in. And this feels like it's somebody now suffering with this, but this person around me is showing me this person is suffering. And I feel like this person's probably not getting, I'm not going to say the right treatment. I feel like they're probably not pushing and going and do anything about it. They're leaving it, and they shouldn't be, because it's clearly uncomfortable. So let me know if that's relevant to someone in the living. Again, I don't feel it's directly you. I feel it's someone around you, but there's somebody showing me it. It's an older person, and she's a woman, and she's short. Nothing wrong with being short, people, because I'm short. But she's a small lady, and she's just showing me this arm. I've got a very strong scent of flowers around her as well, Kerry. So let me know if you know who that may be. Don't give me too much detail, but just let me know if you know that woman who may be. I'm not very good with flowers unless it's lavender. It says the aromatherapist. But it's quite what I'd call an old-fashioned flower that I'm getting. Quite an old-fashioned scent. It's a little bit sickly for me. So let me know if you know that may be, but without too much detail. Now, moving on. Moving on can mean a number of things, but straight away when I got that, I felt that moving on for you is more about changing your outlook. I feel like you've gone through this year like everyone and taken its knocks and its the things it's brought us, but it's made you come out of yourself. It's made you look at things a little bit differently, and there's been some rough times, but you've managed to sort of overcome it. So for me, moving on is he's going towards the light, and anyone walking towards the light shows they're moving on with good intent. So for me, you have moved on from a situation within yourself. So I feel like that you've stored out a lot of what's been going on this year, taken the rough with the smooth, but actually when you've worked it all out in your head, you've learned a lot from it. So I feel like moving on, because the leaves are falling down as well, is my mum is a bit of a midget, and shoulders. Has struggled with her shoulders, maybe. Okay, bit of a midget. I don't know if she's gonna. I won't call her a midget, because I'll stick to small, short and small, like dainty pixie like. But yeah, so moving on for me and the leaves is showing that there is light at the end of the tunnel, and that that there is a positivity coming from this, and there's something new going on around you. And I do feel January, February time, you're going to get some, and I apologise for the dog who's having a little growly moment, because someone just banged something outside. Yeah, I feel that you're going to get some news around January, February that's going to shift you a little bit more on your path, on your journey. But you've come through quite a lot of obstacles this year. Obstacles that may well have been there anyway, but this year's made it feel harder, but you've actually come through. So moving on is a positive card for you. It means you are going to move on, and you've learned a lot. You've learned a lot this year, and you've got something around. I'm going to go early part of February, end of January, early part of February. Something is going to happen, or you're going to start something new. I feel like it's some sort of course that's relevant to how your mindset's been changing. So I hope that resonates with you, or bear those dates in mind. And your small mum, bless her, did she have problems with her shoulders? It's because it is still my left one that's uncomfortable, but I do feel this is an ongoing thing. So I feel this is around somebody now as well. Somebody else is struggling with this shoulder. It feels very tight and very like can't move it. And I know what that feels like because I haven't been able to move my leg for months. Yes, I've been moving on with help. It's really positive, Kerry, and you've done more than. I feel like I want to say to you, you've achieved more than you realise. If you can understand, I think you doubt some things, but you really have achieved more than you realise. And there's something going to change massively end of January, beginning of February, that's going to make you realise you're going to have like a wow moment. You're going to understand where I'm coming from. Excuse me. Shh. Because if the wind's picking up, I'm near the sea and it's making him nervous. But yeah, so be very proud of yourself and accept that you've done a lot more than you realise, and don't let those obstacles beat you, because those obstacles would have been there anyway. Just this year's made things seem harder for lots of people. And let me know about mum's shoulders, and if anyone, it feels more of a warning. So I do feel somebody is ignoring it, or they need to address it. So it's not that their arm's going to fall off. I just feel this is a warning, like go and get this sorted. So even if mum struggled with her shoulders, this is someone now. This is someone in the here and now that needs to pay attention and not suffer in silence. Get it sorted and get some pain relief. Yes, my mum had arthritis in her shoulder. Okay. Maybe that's why she's showing it to me, and maybe that's why she wants me to address this. But this is definitely someone around in the living as well. Someone needs to check what's going on. They could just think they've pulled a muscle. Apologies, because I often get an itchy nose when I've got a spirit around me. But they need to look at it. They're suffering for no reason. So just bear that in mind, or be careful of overstraining when you go to do something, because it may, like I said, be a warning not to pull your arms. Okay, hope that helps, and much love to you and your mum. I've just got two names coming again, Beryl and Margaret. I don't know if they're not. No, I don't think they're together. They've just come in. I've got a Beryl and a Margaret around me. I've been planning on starting a course in January. Okay, well, good for you. Definitely. What I'm seeing end of January, beginning of February, you've either started it and you've finally accepted and actually enjoying it and you're really involved in it, or it's going to be around that time you sign up and actually do it. But I feel that I just want to go wow. I just want to keep going wow. So whether at the end of that January, beginning of February, you actually have a wow moment and think, oh, this is brilliant, but that's what I'm getting. Wow. She's going to me, wow. So bear that in mind. Okay. Have we got anybody else? I'm going to have to ban the dog if he keeps this up. It's a bit grouchy since he's come back. Probably because I left him for 4 months. Well, caught having around the house when I was hopping myself. He was already injured as well. Margaret is my mum. Okay, Christine. I told you I was a bit off thingy today. Is Margaret friends with a Betty or related to Betty? Because I've got Barry's playing with the dog. I've got a Margaret and a Betty both around me. They're not directly next to each other though. But they've both come in around me. In fact, Margaret has been around me for the last 2 days. She's come out a couple of times when I've been meditating. So I'm not sure if Margaret's just popped in to see what I'm doing, because they're all queuing apparently to have a chat with me. I've been blocking spirit out for some time myself. So I think now that I'm doing more of the mediumship side, they're all like popping in when they can to get a quick hello in. Hi, Kelly. Love to you all as well. I'm thinking that's the tail end of a horse, I can see. Okay, so yeah, Christine, then if Mum has come in now, it's probably because she was letting me warm up. So apologies. I'll see if Mum's got something for you in a minute. Let's see, Di, would you love a card? Let's see what we can Oh, we've got victory and success, number 6 for you, Di. Well, that is producer. A lovely card. Victory and success is he's right on the edge. It reminds me of Pride Rock in Lion King. He's right on the edge of that rock, blowing his trumpet, and some may say blowing his own trumpet, but to me, he's literally taking a risk and saying to himself, "I can do this." There's a lot of darkness around him, but again, going up to the light. And any card moving towards the light is always positive movement, and it's always positivity, and it shows, however bad the situation seems, there is always light at the end of the tunnel. And I know that's hard for some people to see, but there truly is. Every bad situation or every obstacle brings a new direction or a new movement. It's just at the time we don't see it or feel it, because obviously we're suffering in our own way. So when I look at victory and success for you, I did get a feeling that there has been it made me look two ways. There was a bit of rockiness when I see it on the end of the cliff. I felt that there'd been some unsteadiness going on, and it's been very hard to stay grounded with your focused and your feet. I'm not going to say hard on the ground, because one wrong move on that cliff top could be dodgy. But I do feel there's been a bit of balancing act going on with you. But that said, you have a positive nature, which is what showing me the victory and success. That despite what is thrown at you, even if you have a day or a few hours of feeling like you've been thrown in at the deep end, or not again, when's this ever going to change? Because I do feel there's a little bit of things do come sometimes and come at once, and then you have a breather and then it comes again. I feel for you, you do rise above it. You're stronger than you realise. And you need to remember that positivity, because I just feel there's been some negative sometimes lately that's making you feel that you just give up. You're not giving up, but you feel sometimes it's like, really, can you just not throw me anything else? I also keep seeing, because he's got the material hanging from the trumpet, I am seeing some sort of drape, some sort of heavy drape around you. I don't know if it's something that's hanging in a room that only you sit in, because it feels quite personal, but I've got some very heavy, almost reminds me of the court, the sort of Henry VIII court times with the jester. It's like a drape hanging down, some sort of tapestry. So it's very purple. I've got a lot of purple around it. Let me know if that's relevant to something. I feel like it's a room that only you would really sit in or be in. I don't feel it's hanging in your house in general. I just feel it's some sort of tapestry. It's got a meaning towards it, but it's a lot of purple around it. I'm not really getting detail on it at the moment. So let me know if that makes sense. But yeah, you you keep going, despite what happens. You keep going, because you may come across some days where you feel a bit rocky and unsteady, but you definitely still pull through that and keep going. You're a very strong character. I hope that makes sense, Di. I'm not picking up any spirit around me for you. I always feel like I want to say sorry when I do that as well, unless Betty or Barry belongs to you. I'm just not really getting. I'm still got Margaret and Betty around me. I haven't got Barry so much no more either. I've got Margaret and Betty around me, but I feel like I'm in a knitting club. My mother-in-law was Margaret and her sister Betty. Okay, Christine, better late than never that I'm bringing your relatives in. I feel like Betty and Margaret are sat with me, and I'm in some sort of knitting club. If anyone of my age group remembers House, I think it was called House Party or however, and they used to go ding dong, the doorbell go, and they'd come in and they'd all swap tips and that. It's probably like the old version of the modern day version of Loose Women, but instead of sitting on a panel, they sat in a house looking like they were enjoying themselves. And I just feel like Margaret and Betty have got me in this circle, but they're keeping a very close eye on me, because I'm like the newbie. So I feel like they're in this like secret society knitting club, or the WW, is it the WW, the women's whatever. But yeah, so Christine, they're here either side watching me, keeping an eye on me, I expect. So Di, not purple and no tapestries, but I can take everything else. But it does resonate. My nan had a sister Betty, and Mum's middle name is Margaret. Okay, the tapestry is very strong. I can actually see it hanging. I can feel the purple around it. There is a detail on it, but I'm not clear what the detail is. So if you're saying that resonates, or the other stuff resonates, bear the tapestry in mind, because it may be. I hope I haven't just given away a Christmas gift. It may be something that's going to come up, and sometimes, if any of you know, if any of you do follow spiritual work or are intrigued by it, many spirits, when they come in, you do sometimes get a connection where the name is relevant to everyone. So obviously Christine and Kelly can both can take Margaret and Betty. So it does sometimes overlap, and people do feel they can all take it, and it's where you get more detail in if you know, or it could just be that I'm picking that up, those names are coming in because I've got two people that are interested in that. But with this Betty and Margaret, they are definitely sat with me like they are watching me in some kind of circle. So it could just be that they are this could be Christine's relatives, but obviously they are connected with you, Di, because I'm talking to you. So I'll see. I've just got that. I feel like someone had problems with their throat. I feel like someone had some problems later in life with their throat, problems swallowing. So if Di and Christine want to let me know if either one of their relatives had, because one of these women is showing me there's something wrong with their throat, trying to swallow. They struggled swallowing at the end. Very dry. They're very dry, and I feel like they're struggling to swallow. So that sort of maybe give me a clue of which one of you. I do feel it's with Christine, because obviously I've been trying to get Christine's family in since I got Barry in the dog. So, but yeah, let me know. But look out for the tapestry. I look out for the tapestry though. Purple resonates as a favourite colour and is a very spiritual as well. But we'll definitely. Yeah, it may be something you're going to purchase, Di, or someone's purchasing for you. So I haven't given it away, and it is very personal to you. This is not anything that you're going to just throw up and have in the house for everyone to see. This is personal to you. I feel it's in your personal space. And obviously, yeah, purple is a very spiritual colour. Ironically, in the business world, when you learn different things, they tell you purple is a sign of depression. So if you, actually, even in counselling, when I did my counselling skills over 20 odd years ago, purple, if someone comes in wearing purple, which is one of my favourite colours, especially in winter, I think it's a beautiful colour to wear, like for Christmas time. People say that you wear the colours that suit your personality at the time, and people used to assume that purple was a sign of depression. So if people was wearing purple, they were depressed, which I've always found hard, because to me, and if you wear red, it can be a sign of anger, but that's grounding. And both red and purple are two of my favourite winter colours, and I don't think either resonate with me when I'm wearing it like that. So it's mad, the different versions on colours, but purple is, to me, spiritual. Okay, Christine, I think, yeah, I thought it was you, Christine. I think it is this was for you. When you say she had a problem, I feel like she couldn't swallow at the end. It was very dry, and I can't, anything was hard to go down. So, yeah. But so I'd say Margaret and Betty are with Christine, but Di, they just, I was talking to you, they may have just been in with the names to sort of resonate. Have we got anyone else, Mr. Producer? And I hope you both liked that. Blue or black, I'm all to forget. Everyone wears black because they think that's going to make them slim. It's actually a lie, because I did some things on that. Black actually can make you look bigger. People think it makes them look slim, and it doesn't. Not everyone, and actually very few, can wear black, because I've had my colours done by a colour specialist. And black is a colour that not many can wear, despite what they think. And if you do wear black, even if you can take it off, I'm lucky I can take black off. They say put a sprig of colour with it to bring it out a bit more. And blue is actually my favourite colour, but I am more electric blues and cornflower blues, deep, I like those sort of blues. All blues suit me to a degree, but my colours are navy and cornflower or corebook blue. They're the colours, because I've got blue eyes. So blue can look nice on people, worn the right way, but it can look very boring and corporate, worn the wrong way. So I agree that, Di. How dare they pick on purple? So who else have we got? Hi, imperfect shorty. Not another shorty. Nothing wrong with being short. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Sugar Flower. Hi, KJ Tinkle. Made me laugh. If anyone watched us on the Sunday sofa, we kept laughing at some of the stuff we was misreading. But I think if me and Polly are both reading it the wrong way, that's a little bit worrying. So, new life begins. Your real name's Tessa. Okay. Okay. No. No. Okay, Tessa, let's give you a card. Let me know where you're from, Tessa. I'd love to know where you're from, what country, or whether if you're in this country. Obviously, I'm in England. If anyone hasn't worked that out, let me know whereabouts. Because I've got love begins for you, number one. And when I turned it, I didn't feel like I was in what I call well, how can I say this without sounding? I got foreign land straight away, but as I turned it, I didn't feel it was anything that I'd acknowledged myself. So I felt like it was not something I would come across myself. I was seeing it, some kind of landscape that I hadn't seen. But it's a lovely card because obviously it's showing landscape. It's got trees. Trees is all about growth. Love begins, says it all, and the rainbow. Sweden. Okay, so landscapes. I'm not very afraid with that, but I'd imagine they've got some beautiful landscape around Sweden anyway. Because I do feel there's actually, it's funny. I feel when it's summer, it's very green, very, very green. So I did get a lot of greenness around you. So love begins. I do feel there's been a love interest. How can I put it? Because I don't feel it's a love interest. It's not like a new love interest. I do feel there's a love scenario around you. That's probably the best way to do it. But the love begins was more prominent for me about loving yourself. And when I say loving yourself, it's about more understanding what you need, what you can flourish from, because obviously the water pouring in, the rainbow, the green trees, everything about it is about rebirth, about flourishing, about growth, about happiness, and about being content. Water shows a massive, it's usually related to emotions, even in the actual tarot cards when I do them. Water is very emotional. The water signs can be much more emotional than some of the other signs in the sort of astrology and horoscopes. But I just feel this is about you being in touch with yourself. I feel there's been a lot of questioning around you, a lot of wondering where to go, what to do, and new ideas. But sometimes I feel that you don't have actually the energy to go through with it. You can find an excuse not to go through with it, and it's telling me that there's lots of growth, lots of flourishing. I want to keep doing this around you. I have a lot of depression. Okay. Yeah, so that's what I'm getting. I've got this because obviously when I'm doing this as well, that's your auric field, or it could be mine, but I just feel that you've got lots of growth, lots of positivity around you, but you've got to find a way of getting past that. Now, obviously I'm not medical and I'm not here to talk to people about medical stuff, and anyone that doesn't understand depression would never understand it. I lost a lot in life. Okay. It's easier for people to say, oh, snap out of it and do something about it. It's not easy when you're in it, and you need to find your way of doing it, and you need to find something to get to sort of look forward to doing that. And that's easier said than done if it's not you suffering. But I do feel love begins. It's about loving yourself. It's about trusting yourself, and about finding something that you can find a bit of positivity in. And I do feel I want to start with baby steps. It keeps making me want to do little baby steps. So I just feel that if there is something that's been on your mind, something that you're quite intrigued about or feel you could do, try and find just a little bit of inner strength to make you just take that step and go and do it, even if you have to do it gradually. Because I just feel if you just made that step, it would give you that love begins. I mean, your title, New Life Begins from Day One. I feel when I read that every day is day one for you at the moment. Every day you've got to sort of start again. And I just feel that there is something around you that could just give you that little step forward so that you could maybe meet day two, if that makes sense. And when you lose a lot in life, and then you have a lot of trauma, and some people feel like their lives are just finish a trauma, it is hard to understand and cope with why it's always happening to you. But from a spiritual angle, because anyone I know that does spiritual work, we have not woke up and had it easy. We have had trauma ourselves. We have suffered trauma ourselves, and different types of trauma, and sometimes thrown in, feel like it's been thrown at us. But actually, they only give you what you can cope with, and that really is true. So I just feel that you've just got to try and take each day as come. And I just want to keep saying to you, can you move to day 2? Could you I'm not making you do it, because I can't tell you to do it, and I don't understand how you feel, and no one does. But I just feel I want to say to you, try and step forward to day 2, because there's something around you. There's something that you've been toying with, but you keep telling yourself you're not good enough. You keep saying you can't do it, or you just make excuses for it. And I understand some of that symptoms of depression, but I really feel that that one small step, reaching day 2 for whatever this, I feel very bright around it. So I don't know if it's some sort of creativity. I get a lot of artwork actually I'm seeing around you. I just feel that it would just move into day 2, even if you stayed on day 2 for another week or so, it's just going to give you that encouragement. You need more encouragement, and I don't feel that you have the people around you to encourage you how to do that. I'm not saying you haven't got people around you. I just don't feel people are really encouraging you. I am married and I am happy, but sometimes it's a problem. It's me with my depression. Okay, so you've got your husband around you, which is great. But I just feel that you've said you're the problem. You're not the problem. The depression is the problem. Depression affects loads of people, and no one ever knows when they're going to get a form of mental be affected by it. So no one should think they're immune, because they're not. And that's what I mean about you thinking you're the problem. You're not the problem. You just need to find something that you can just take that small step forward. And if you're happy in your marriage, that's a massive step to be able to move forward. I lost a lot in life and it affects me. I need to start from the beginning again. You don't need to start from the beginning, because they're life experiences, and as hard as that may sound to people, hence why mine's new beginning. It's about getting up and doing a fresh start. You can't erase your past, and you can't pretend it didn't happen. And even if you've been in a dark, bad place, that's a learning step you need to take with you. Apologies. And move on with. So you don't need to start from the beginning, because the beginning was when we was born. You start from today. And your title says it all. You know that. So that's why I'm trying to get you to move to day 2. Everything starts from today. So whatever happened today or yesterday or last week, that's gone. Tomorrow is a new day. So it's not starting from the beginning, it's starting from tomorrow. And each day, that's what you should tell yourself. Today I start again, but you start that day, not your life. Your life is your life, and you must take everything with it that you've learned. And you have learned, whether you realise it or not, with you. But never think you've got to go back and start again, because that's not what we do. We move on. A bit like Kerry's card earlier, but moving on. We always move on. Fresh start every day, but not a new not a backward step, a forward step. Hope that makes sense to you, Tessa, and much love to you. And yeah, stay positive and just try and find something that can move you to day 2. Okay. Who else have we got? Just the dog's getting grouchy again. Is that having Groucho Marx? Shh. It's because people are all out chatting. Quiet. Baby, come here. Come here. Good boy. Because you're normally so good. When I do healing in here, he's like looking, going, oh, what's he up to? Thanks and God bless. Well, God bless you, Tessa. Hi, Lisa. Come here. Good boy. Hello. Chimmy, that looks like a little chihuahua. So I used to have a chihuahua. She didn't make as much noise as this one. I used to have a teacup long-haired one. Hi, Malaya. I'm terrible with names. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, if anyone has a question, please do ask. If anyone's got any spiritual questions, if they want to ask me anything spiritual, or they've got any blockages going on, please do ask. will answer what I can answer, and I will tell you as truthfully as I can. And if I can't answer it, I'll tell you I can't. If you want your love life cards, then yeah, okay, do it. But if there's anything you just really want some advice on, please do ask. So Kim, you've just come back from having your bloods done. I went for a job the other day. I'm just going to tell you, doing bloods. I sort of went for that, but they had too many people apply for it, so I didn't get that one either. So just wanted something to do on the side. So I hope that wasn't too painful for you. I've got number 4, discontent and boredom for you, Kim. Let me know if I've gone too dark, Richard, and I'll put a light on. Okay. Again, it might seem a bit of a depressive card. It might seem a bit like, oh God. Some cards, as soon as you read them or look at them, you think, oh, I don't want that card. That's a bit depressing. But they have meanings so different for everybody. And what comes out is they may have a generic meaning behind them, but they're so different how you read them for people. And as soon as I look at that, I've gone straight to the fairy tale castle. And I tend to do that a lot with this card anyway. I very rarely see a lot of negativity in cards. I always try and pull a positive thing out of it. And it is taking me straight to the left-hand corner where the fairy tale castle is and all the green. And like I said, green is prosperity. It's about growth and it's about passion, and it's, well, heart chakra's green. So everything about it is positive. And that's where it took me straight away. And then it made me look at the bottom of the card where he's leaning on that sort of stone balcony. But I'm not looking at the balcony. I'm looking at the floor, because if you look at it, if you can see it close enough on the screen, it's got the rainbow colours coming through on the floor in strips, which straight away, again, is positivity. And, you could say they're the chakra colours as well. So he, even though he's looking a bit sort of sorry for himself, I've taken out the equation straight away with you. I feel straight away that you've got a positivity around you. You try and keep upbeat. You try and keep everyone else upbeat. You try and do good things. Giving blood is one of them. But there are times you forget who you are, and you forget that you also need some positivity and to be kept upbeat. So the card is more telling me, look, do things for yourself for a change, because I feel you can be taken advantage of with that, where you can ooze this positivity and do kind and generous things for others, and which you love, and you obviously get a buzz from doing as well. I just feel that there's some times that you need to remember that there's nothing wrong with having some time for yourself and being yourself, because I feel like that the discontent and boredom, the actual words of the card, are more about you trying to keep busy and fill in your gaps, if that makes sense. I don't know why I've said gaps, whether it's the gaps in the thing, the words come out sometimes, but that's what I feel like you're doing. You keep filling your day or filling things to keep busy, so you're not bored, but actually having some me time, some quality time, some really like chilling out, and even just doing something totally self, like watching Netflix or stuffing chocolate or whatever. I just feel that there's nothing wrong with you doing that, because actually you deserve it. And it's you need to remember that, because it's great what you do for others, but where's your time for you? And when you are a giver, you do often find that people take and don't always give back. We all talk about the balance of life, and giving and taking is the balance. Unfortunately, it doesn't always work, and a lot of us give and a lot of people take, and that's where you're imbalanced, and it's great, but it does actually drain your battery. So I hope that makes sense, Kim, and you sort of see where I'm going with that it's about making sure you just charge that battery up with a little bit of selfless time, even sitting in the bath with music, or just sitting in the bath with the door closed. You need to remember your time as well. So let me know if that makes sense. Much love to you. So she said, actually, I've read that again. She said she may disappear and have because she's giving blood. So I hope she hasn't disappeared when I've been rambling on and someone's taken. Oh yeah, so I'm rambling on, and I didn't even listen to Mr. Producer. That's something unusual there. So yeah, so hope you are still there, Kim. If not, you have to play the show back, and it's around 14:03. You need to look, and yeah. So I'm sure all the technical stuff. I am sorry, people. Hi, Jaylin. My neighbour's grandchildren have disappeared, and the dog can hear them. So it was a lot quieter when he wasn't away. I love him. My puppy says wolf to your dog. Yes, can you hear my dog saying wolf back to your papa? My dog's a lovely dog, but he's mental. He looks cute. He's a Cavachon, so he looks a little bit like an overgrown. He doesn't look anything like a Cavalier or a Bichon. He's got more of a muscle look to him. But he is a little bit unsettled because he's been absolutely spoilt with my mum. But he's lovely until he's unsettled and he doesn't know who it is. He gets a little bit anxious. So he's not normally this vocal, but he's only been back since the weekend as well. So it's taking time to settle in. Pamela, I'm going to give you a card as long as you promise not to set my smoke alarm off or my dog. So, Bailey, come on. It's just not good for me. It's unprofessional. Right, let's see what we can get from Pamela. That's because they're now out in the garden. They're not having a dog because they keep they're good, they're great company, and you truly are your best friend. Trouble is, he really is my best. I'm not going to tell you what Mr. Producer just said. Well, mine doesn't. Mine was 9 on bonfires night, and he still acts a bit puppified. But yeah, he don't just do all that. But he can't get wild with these people. I mean, it's been so quiet here as well. I can't believe there's that many people around. He can't get wild with these people around, and he's like thinking, what's going on here? And while I'm ignoring him, sat with my back to him as well. Pamela, for you, I got number 9, fulfillment and wishes. He's come back now. Come here. Lovely. I really prefer cats. My kids wanted a dog, so here we are. I'm stuck with Look, I like all animals and I love cats, but cats, they don't care where they live, they don't care where they eat, they don't care where they poo. They don't poo in your back garden, they go and poo in somebody else's. So yes, you have got to pick your dog poo up, and any good dog owner should do that because it's not the dog's fault, it's the owner if they don't. But you get used to it. It's like having a child, and I've had 3 of them and 2 grandchildren, so you get used to picking up poo. Pamela says, my sister has a pedigree Patterdale. Oh, I think I know what that is. Yeah. It's funny, I only go with the dogs I like. I'm not materialistic with my dogs, but I've always gone small dogs. I have always had small dogs, probably because I just can't cope with the great big poo, as everyone just said. I couldn't cope with walking a big, well, I couldn't walk one now anyway. It'd take me for a walk. But yeah, hopefully they're quieting down. So Pamela, fulfillment and wishes. I know I've spoke to you before, and I know obviously I've read for you before because we laughed about smoke alarm. But I do feel since we spoke, you've moved on a bit. And actually, if I remember rightly, you were doing some courses with 2 of our other lovely presenters, or someone else from SPTV, because I'm getting that pull to I want to go over to the lounge now, which poor Richard can't see. Not rubbing it in, Richard. But I just feel that you've moved on a little bit since our last chat on here, and that there's been, I mean, I've got massive flow of water coming down with that fulfillment of wishes. And although I said earlier it can bring, it's about emotions, it is also very much about moving, flowing and easily flowing. And where that's coming down for me, I feel that things have moved along quite a bit since our last chat for you. And I've also got the name David that's just come in, and I've got quite a bad headache. When I say I've got a bad headache, I just feel that they were very unfocused. I'm just going to have a drink actually because it's making me. I feel their head was a little bit fuzzy. It's not clear. it's making me feel like they're not really understanding what's going on. It feels very fuzzy. I feel very like I want to keep clear in my head. Bit like, I can say they're an alcoholic, but a bit like when you've had a good drinking session and you wake up the next day and think, oh, why did I do that? And you get past all the normal alcohol hangover, but then that headache hangs around till about 9 o'clock at night. Or if you get to a certain age, it hangs around till like 5 days later. Not that I would know, of course, but I'm just getting this around this David. Again, he may not be for you. He may be for someone I've already read for. He's coming in for someone else because there's no rhyme or reason when I'm picking them up. But it is all around my head, if that makes sense. And your card is showing this. I feel like you've been given something since you were doing some sort of spiritual training, and I feel like you've been given something, some sort of certificate. It's weird because I'm getting like a gold edge around it. It's making me want to draw the scalloped edge. I don't know if it. And when I say certificate, it doesn't mean you've got this great big thing that you're going to put up and it's like a master's degree or anything like that. But I just feel you've been presented something to show you've attended something and achieved it and finished the course. Some people knock some of the certificates you get in spiritual work, and other people don't bother actually giving certificates because you're just learning and adding to your abilities. But I just feel that you did get presented something, even if you had to print it off yourself because something just made me want to go through the printer. But you've got that, and you were quite pleased that you're moving on. So I do feel since we've last spoke, because he's got scrolls in his hand, if you look at that card as well, it just makes me feel that you have been presented something or you have completed something since the last time I spoke to you. And I do feel that you really are quite enjoying this path now. I have a brother-in-law, David, but I suffer lots with headaches. Okay. Is it like a hangover sort of headache? You know what I mean? That fuzziness, like you can't seem to clear your... I felt like I had to drink the water, like that dehydrated feeling that you've got to drink your water and clear that around. Whether he's showing me you... actually, you've just completed your level 1 ministry. And did you get a certificate for that? Because I've got like gold, something gold, like a scalloped. I want to draw a pattern, but I don't. Right, okay. So you would have probably got a certificate if it's Matt and Kirsty. That's what I've just got. So I can see the scroll and I've got a lot of gold around it. So well done you for completing that. And maybe David's come in to actually. David doesn't feel like he's come in, and actually I'm not feeling David's past. So this headache and the name David is a little bit confusing at the moment. I'm not sure what the message is for that, but I just feel like I want this looked at. I feel like I need to get this looked at. I keep looking at my water. I want to try and clear that, if that makes sense. So I don't know, Pam. I don't like talking to... It is a public forum. We'd like to think thousands are watching us. So I don't like to say too much personally, but there's something about medication I'm feeling that's been changed or needs to be changed, and I don't know if you know where I'm going with that. So I'm not going to actually say too much about that, if that makes sense to you, because I don't want to sort of discuss it on a live forum. But I feel that might be something related to the headache as well. But can you let me know if David's in the current, because I don't feel... Oh. Well, that's it. I'm getting a little bit of a sharpness actually in my chest as well. So don't know if David didn't like the fact I said he wasn't in the current and he's in the past. It's across the brow. Yes, I got a certificate. Okay, yeah. I guessed you had known who you've Rich has just told me who you trained with. So I guessed you had. But maybe just check it out and check some medication out. And can you let me know if David's passed? Because when I thought he was still here, I got a stab in my chest. I felt quite like short of breath in my chest. So can you let me know what David's up to? Because I feel he's gone from one... I don't know if anyone knows, like the piano. I don't know what they're called, but they sit on the piano, don't they? And the tip, don't know what they do. Do you know what they are, Mr. Producer? But I feel like he's floating one side to the other. So I can't work out if he's in or out. It's like in and out of consciousness is what I want to say. So I don't know if he's showing me that because he's not letting me know whether he's past or present, which is a bit naughty of him because he's not making me look good. But yeah, hope that makes sense, Pamela. But well done you are moving on along now. I feel like you had a bit of a tough path. I'm feeling we've discussed that as well, so I don't want to go too much into that. Yes, I'm considering the doctor. I don't consider it, please. I'm no medical scientist on here, and obviously we never used to talk about medical stuff on the previous show on Facebook because of regs. But I do feel you shouldn't be thinking about the doctor. You need to be going to the doctor. And you need, I didn't want to talk about, but you've put it on there. I knew it was to do with depression. I just didn't want to discuss that. Yeah, I just feel that you may need some tweaking or something done with that. Something's not working for you. And again, I'm not medical, but when you're doing spiritual work, especially mediumship work, you will find, and obviously your teachers are very good, so they may have explained it. So you start seeing things differently, start acting things differently, and things do change health-wise within you when you are on that spiritual journey, because your way of thinking and the way you're acknowledging stuff changes. And yes, people could say it's all in the head, but when you're doing a journey, you know it's not. And so you may just need something tweaked on that medication. Okay. And yeah, apologies to David that he's in living, because he's not giving me without alarming. I don't know if it's I'm getting a little bit of uncomfortableness in my chest. So maybe someone's saying just give David a ring, just check on him, just check he's all right, just check in with him. Maybe he's suffering as well, because I am getting that. I feel like I've got a lot of warning around me. I feel like I want to just pre-warn. And again, not horrendous. I just feel it's a warning, and sometimes warnings do help people. They are there to help, not scare people. So please remember that, everyone. And apologies that I may have put him in the past life, but I had a feeling he wasn't there. So I hope that makes sense, Pamela. Well done, you. Get on to your next level and your next learning course, and enjoy it. So much love to you. Anyone else, Mr. Producer? Yeah, have I got loads of love life? Okay. Sorry, Kim. I rambled on and didn't read your message properly. Okay. Is Imperfect Shorty still here? Can I really not prepare my love life the rest of this year? If you're still here, Imperfect Shorty, let me know. If not, let us know and I'll come back to you. I'm going to move on to Lisa. I've got a tap-in going on. Would love a card you've drawn, please. Could you, Lisa? As soon as I said your name, I got a tap-in. Someone's tapping. I feel like some sort of knocking. I want to go like that. No, that's the old seance, isn't it, Renee? Is anyone here? Not twice. It's not that. If anyone knocks your door, please do not jump out of your skin. I feel like someone's knocking something. Are you having some work done? I want to keep banging. I feel like someone's doing something, testing something, doing some work on you. It's very random, but as soon as I said Lisa's still here, I went like that, and I want to do knocking. And no, I'm not sat at a seance table, and no, it's not anyone coming out the crypt. You've got Choose Wisely, number 7, Mr. Producer. It's very strange. This card has come out every day this week in all my psychic counselling readings. I use these cards for psychic counselling. I don't use them for tarot. Sometimes I use them in the tarot at the end, but these are my psychic counselling cards. So I use them when I'm talking, just to get a feel for people. And it's been coming out a lot, but I think we all need to choose wisely at the moment. I think we all need to be very careful of some decisions we're making, whether it be for Christmas, whether it be how we're going to carry on cope with this, whether it's for plans in the new year. Just Pamela, it does. Thank you. Yes, I'm going to do them too. Thank you so much. You are welcome, Pamela, and much love to you and good luck to you. Keep going. Yeah, Lisa, I hear knocking late at night. Okay, right, Lisa, I'm gonna I'm getting have you been seeing no, you're not seeing it. Have you been feeling someone around you? You're not seeing and you're sensing like a sense around you. I feel like it's a smell around you, because I just feel there's something going on. I feel like someone's around you and you're not quite grasping. I don't feel you do. You've got a spiritual awareness around you, but I don't quite think you know how you connect in. I do feel that you're doing something work related that's not necessarily spiritual, but is in a caring spiritual way. But I feel that you're not relating into what's going on around you, because I want to keep doing, all I want to keep doing is not. Is that how it is? It's like 1, 2. It is like someone's knocked your door, a couple of knocks, and then gone. It is quite bizarre, but I feel like someone's trying to get your attention. And the choose wisely, if you look at it, you've got the person sitting at the end of the drawbridge, whatever you want to call it, and the different hands are going out to different signals. Thankfully, no rude signals, because we wouldn't allow that. But it's quite spiritual in the signals, because obviously the first one to the left is holding the hand out. I've got someone with earache as well around you. Someone's having problems with their ear. I've got a little bit of discomfort going on in my ear. That also could be that someone not paying. I think someone needs to get that checked out. There's something going on with their ear. The first hand out is open hand. We always keep our hands open when we communicate with spirit. We have our hands open and up to the sky, because that's how we connect. But it's also shown that we are open to anything that's offered to us. And then as the hands go around, they've got different signs going on, different signals. And I think the choose wisely for you is that I feel that you've had a bit of a battle going on with what you feel, see and believe, and what others think and believe. Let me know if that makes sense, because this could be what the knocking's about, because I do feel there's someone trying. Right, yes, you smell and feel someone. Okay, I can feel that you, I'm feeling that you're not seeing them, and you're a caregiver for my daughter. Okay, so you're not seeing this person, but the smell is quite, and people tend to smell or sense quicker. The other stuff comes in later, or never comes in at all. But I just feel that you are smelling this person around you, and they are actually around you for a reason. They're trying to give you a message. If you are doing any dabbling, sounds terrible, dabbling sounds like a witch cauldron, but I do feel if you're doing any sort of research, or like you've tuned into this show, this channel, but if you are dipping in and out of any spiritual work or reading up on it, you need to go towards mediumship. The ear, this is going to sound really bizarre, is it you that's having problems with your ear? Because I feel that that's the connection, that you're not listening to what's going on around you, because it's the senses that you've got blocked. Because I just feel that the ear is almost trying to open you up to what's going on. You've got a very strong sense of mediumship around you. I just don't think you're aware of it. Being a caregiver for your daughter would be massive on you, so it would take a lot of your time and energy and drain you, but it also gives you the ability to be very in tune and caring, and open up what we call the awakening, as they say, or just open up your ability to understand what goes on in sort of spiritual world. And also mediumship is totally different. As Pamela will say, doing a level 1, a psychic is a psychic, but not necessarily a medium, but a medium is both. So mediumship skills is a lot different, and you get a lot more sensibility around that, but it's understanding it and trying to get it in. And I do feel this ear is around you. It's almost like you're not listening. You can hear the knocking, I know, but I think you need to find some sort of mediumship path, or a group, or a basic course. And when I say basic, because you don't learn, people think, oh, you don't learn it, you're either it or you're not. You are it. That's amazing, Jane. That's exactly what's happening. Okay, right. And with the ear, we are natural, and no one should doubt that. But sometimes we need a nudge, and sometimes we need a bit of positivity around us. So when there's courses there, you're not learning to be a medium, and you are not learning to be a psychic or a tarot reader. You are going to understand it. And some people come away from it and they're not going to understand tarot, and some people will never be a medium. That doesn't mean they're not on a spiritual journey of some other sort. It's like healing. people naturally, I mean, healing is definitely one of my strongest things. It's what I get the most. I just feel much more in tune with myself when I'm healing. That said, I can do the other stuff, but I still know healing's really is quite powerful with me. But not everyone can go and be a healer. So it's about understanding where you are. And those courses are to help you understand that. And people that have been on courses will know that. Because you can come out of a course and go, that wasn't really for me. But you've definitely got a mediumship around you. There's definitely a strong mediumship skill around you. You just need to understand it, tap into it, the knocking, and listen. Because that ear that I'm getting is because you're not listening. I don't know if you're getting any help for that. I mean, you've said that's exactly what's happening. That's amazing. Let us know if you are, and obviously if you're not, I'm sure Pamela will agree. There's some great people on there doing courses that can help you. If you want to give SPTV a try. But yeah, I'm not sure about the ear. Mine are okay right now. Okay, you might think they're okay. It's the not listening that I'm getting. You're not listening. Yes, you can hear knocking, but you're not listening to what you're really being shown. I think you need a little nudge to get you on track, and then things will fall together. Some people try and overthink, like the knocking. People aren't, you know, when people open the cupboard, they've gone into a room and they said the cupboard's open, but they know they shut it. They shut it and it's happened again, or like doors. You hear loads of instances of that, which is like energy moving that. That's someone trying to get your attention. That's what the ear's about. You need to open your ears. You need to listen. So bear that in mind and look for someone that can help you get out onto this sort of mediumship skill. It is definitely mediumship around you. I'm not picking up the other, not saying that you wouldn't be, but the mediumship seems to be the one that wants me to push you forward, to tell you to do that. So I hope that makes sense, and just open your ears a bit more, and you'll notice the knocking will dwindle when you start paying attention. Okay, much love to you, Lisa. And do we have anyone else, Mr. Producer? Are you sure I'm not sitting in the dark? I feel like I'm getting dark. Next time I have to get up. I have to get up and I don't want to. So yeah, what else have we got? You understand, Lisa. Good. Okay. Okay, Alison, could I have a card, please? You sure can. I've got obstacles and challenges, number 5 for you, Alison. Alison, I've got to ask this straight out. It's the first thing that's come into me as I've done it. I've had this card for you before. You've had this before. Can you please confirm that? I just feel like I've just pulled that and I feel like I've just stepped back in time. I honestly feel like I've not moved forward on that card. I feel like I've pulled that card for you before, and I'm sorry, I'm going to have to do this with my third eye at the moment. I feel that since we've last spoke, that not a lot's changed, if that makes sense to you. I just feel like that card, I've literally picked it again for you. I feel like it's really hard to explain unless you've done any tarot or card readings. When you get a tarot, when you've got your own tarots or your own cards, and many of you probably have all got some form of oracle card at home. I know that from experience, from when I've done my drop-in centres and when people have come for my readings. Most people hold a pack of cards somewhere and dabble with them, or a crystal ball or something else, because they're intrigued. They just don't really know what they're doing to a degree. But I just feel that if you were shuffling your cards, you're getting the same card every time because something's not being addressed, something's not moving on. And I really do feel quite passionate that this card is quite prominent for some reason and it's been pulled before for you. And I don't normally remember, but I've gone back in time. I do feel like I've gone back in time. So straight away, I just feel that there's something that's stopping you progressing at the moment. There's something stopping you making a decision on something. So let me know because I feel I can't move forward because I can't move forward without that confirmation. I feel like I want to say to you, you know what's going on that's stopping you doing this. It's nothing major. I mean, like I said, I'm not a negative person with my readings. I'm more about the positive about it. I like to bring positivity and try and you think so. I like to always have a positive angle. But with this, I just feel that we've had this card, we've discussed something, and nothing's changed since that happened. And that could have been last month. It could have been the month before, because I can't remember every fortnight who's had what. And I know sometimes when we were in the studio, we've had some messing around and laughing, and sometimes obviously orbs and stuff going on around me. But I just really feel at the moment, from when I last spoke to you, nothing's progressed. And that's all I can sort of say on that. I feel that you know what I'm talking about. Obviously, you've said I think so, which makes sort of still sits a bit 50-50 on the fence there. But I just feel that you need a little nudge. It's probably all I'm going to say to that. I want to nudge you along. If you look at the card, there's a gap between the planks, and it looks like a bit of water down below, and it's something, and it's just made me want to touch my throat chakra, because obviously it's blue. I feel right. Okay, someone's just shouted at me. You need to tell them. Do you understand what I'm saying? You need to tell them. That throat chakra, and it made me look at the blue, is making me feel you're not telling somebody something. I think it's me stopping myself moving forward, wanting to do medium a bit more, but I can't. I think I can't. Right, okay. Well, I've got someone shouting at me, you need to tell them. So, and that's just what I've got to say, and you need to tell them. So I don't know whether someone around you needs telling, and I don't know whether they're saying, I need to tell you. But you cannot, if you want to do mediumship, then do it. Like I've just said before to Lisa, you can try a course, you can go on a course, you could do, I mean, I did a refresher because I had to open back up what I'd literally shut down myself. I did it on purpose. You've got to go and do it. At the end of that, you will know one way or the other whether you will be a medium. That doesn't mean you're not a medium. It's whether you want to go and do mediumship, whether that be with friends or family, whether you want to go and do a few mediumship sit-ins, or whether you want to go on platform. You will know what you want to do. But if you don't do it, you're not going to understand where you sit in that, if that makes sense. Thinking about it is not the same as doing it. I will say with mediumship, because I've done it myself, because it was the first ability I had as a youngster, but obviously I didn't understand it and it scared me. Most people fear mediumship more than psychic or tarot or anything else, because mediumship, they're scared. It's the fear of doing the work that holds them back. So your fear of literally talking to spirit is what's holding you back, of whether you're good enough or whether that will happen, or whether you can produce that in a sitting for somebody. You can't overthink that. You've got to go and do it, and then you'll know the answer at the end of that. But the fear will leave you during that course, during that attempt to move forward. That will go, and the answer to how you actually use that skill, that ability, will be there for you to know what to do with it. That's really all I can sort of give you on that, because it does feel like you've not moved forward since we've spoke. Okay, it makes sense to you. Good. Because go and do it. Don't put it off. Don't be scared either. No good person, and do it with Matt and Kirsty, actually. Pamela can back that up. Mr. Producer can back that up. I've watched them on platform, and they are lovely people. They will not. Yeah. No. Yeah, I'm gonna go. I don't care if I offend any other host in it. I'm gonna go Matt and Kirsty. The first time I met Kirsty and Matt together, my instant rapport to Kirsty was unbelievable. That woman has such a natural, lovely way about her. You just love sitting with her. I mean, and Polly, obviously, but there's something about Kirsty. She will not put anyone. That fear will be removed by a natural ability. She will make you feel safe. So I honestly urge you, Alison, make that move. Get on their page, get booked on a course, private message Pamela if she doesn't mind, and ask her how that went for her. Get some people to give some feedback. But you couldn't be with a better couple to do that mediumship. Two totally different mediums that work together and are married together, and both work totally separate on their way they work on platform. You can see the difference, but unique. So don't be scared, because that is definitely the people to help you on this journey. Definitely 100%. Not everyone you could sit with for mediumship, and I can vouch for that because I've seen some strange things in my time. So go and do that, please, Alison, because it's really going to help you. And then next time I can pull you a different card. Okay? So much love to you. And please do private message them or speak to Mr. Producer or whatever. Just move forward on that. Okay? What else have we got? She says. You've been thinking of Mount Cus. Don't think. I'm telling you. It may sound mad. Mr. Producer will tell you. I teach tarot, and I do a drop-in before the COVID, and I've done workshops, but I am nowhere near, and I'm going to say this, ever going to teach mediumship to anyone, whether I do it or not, because I've watched people that do it professionally and do it properly, and I just think that's where you should be sat with. I can teach tarot because it comes naturally to me, but I would never sit and dare to tell someone I could teach them mediumship. I can talk to you about it like I'm doing now, and I can discuss things for you, but you need real people, real genuine people to show you the true ability behind that. Okay, so don't think about it, contact them. Yeah, if you're angel members on the Patreon page, our membership page, you will get a discount. You get a discount with any of us. Obviously, if you book private readings or sittings with us, so you will get that. But definitely do it through SPTV and book Matt and Kirsty. I mean, if you want to read it and you want psychic counselling, I'd say me. Of course I will. But no, there's some brilliant people on here. But I would never put myself forward to teach mediumship, whether I've done it from the age of God knows what or not. I was very slow at understanding my ability, and I do not feel that I have, even though I've done teaching and I've done a training sort of background in my corporate job, that mediumship takes a special kind of person to make you feel safe. And that includes trance, like with Polly. You can't just sit and trance, and you should never trance on your own. So again, you find a reputable, someone you feel safe with to trance. You don't ever try, these are quite big, important things you open yourself up to, and you need to feel safe, like 100% safe. So please do it, okay? And please book for SPTV and get your discount. I will do one more, people. I will do, because I'm starting to sit in the dark and I need to get them Christmas lights on. So everyone, well, the neighbours can see I'm not actually sat in the dark. But I can do. Do you want me to? Okay. Okay. Well, tonight, and I always know it's this show because it's always the show after me. Tonight at 8 p.m. UK time, we have Live with Spirit, which is always the Wednesday night show. And who is it with today, Mr. Producer? Okay, spell that to me. It's Anne Rowensky, and I hope I've said that right, Anne. So yeah, it's apparently very good, well worth watching. So please tune in with Live with Spirit. And thank you everyone that does still try and tune in on YouTube. It has been a trying a couple of months now, isn't it, for you, Mr. Producer, trying to keep this up and running from one channel to another. But we trust. But we will trust Spirit. They will look after us. We've got to trust them. So yeah, shall I quickly do another quick card? And we'll call that quits before I'm sat in total blackness. Barbara Lynn, may I have a card, please? You can indeed, Barbara. I'm looking at your picture of that. I'm going to say it's the moon. Looks like half moon. Is anyone aware on the 21st of December, which is winter solstice, so the shortest day of the year, back to that short thing again, that it is going to be the start of Bethlehem will shine in the sky. Not sure if it is Bethlehem, but it's still going to be look like that. And it's the first time since 1226. So you've got to look out for it. And I think there's a live Facebook page that's going around from 10:45 at night till the early hours of the morning that you can join and watch it if you don't go out and see it yourself. So yeah, but it's very interesting. I mean, I quite find the stars fascinating. For you, I've got Triumph number 7. Hi, Chris Lynn. Hi, Cool Games. Hi, and Jay Lee. I think we don't feel at the moment, can't. Yeah, I mean, we are winding down now. I'm going over a little bit, but I'm gonna just do this one for Barbara Lynn, which is Triumph number 7, Mr. Producer. Yeah, please all bear that in mind on the 21st December. It's got to be something worth watching, isn't it? Since 12/26, whether it's the Star of Bethlehem or not, it's going to look like the Star of Bethlehem. I don't know why, Barbara, but I've turned it over and got ice cream. Someone just whispered ice cream in my head. I don't know what ice cream's got to do with anything. I have just got ice cream. And it's weird because obviously Walls is a very famous ice cream supplier, but I've just seen a very old tub of Walls ice cream. Long before the days you've got all these weird and wonderful ice creams, it was a very old-fashioned tub. I want to go back 1970s, could be early 1970s, and someone is showing me this tub of ice cream. Can you let me know if that's relevant or whether someone's keeping something in it? But it's showing me, they're just showing me this old-fashioned tub of ice cream. And although I was around in the 70s, I wouldn't really remember what Walls looked like without it showing to me. But it's telling me early 1970s. Excuse me. Walls, can pack that in, come in and try and chat for me. And it's Walls, definitely the Walls logo, and it's a very old-fashioned tin. Plastic. Probably great big heavy plastic, and that's not acceptable material these days. But yeah, I don't know why they're showing it to me, but that was the first thing I got. With Triumph as well, I got it's funny because it's making me go to the horse. It's making me think Black Horse. It's making me think Lloyd's Bank. Have you had a phone call? Oh, this is weird what they throw in your head, especially on the last one. I'm feeling that you've had a phone call or you've had some correspondence from Lloyd's and you're not happy. Or you're not going to be happy. It's random because that's what I got. Black Horse, Lloyd's, not happy. Again, random. They're really throwing this one in with Triumph. I'm trying to read the card for you, and I'm getting people throwing me in innuendos, and I don't know what they're trying to get me. The red flag on his arm is also telling me. I get interesting. I'm not sure. I did grow up in the 1970s. Okay, maybe somebody, a granddad, a dad, or somebody had a tub full of something because I feel like it's got. You could open it up and find a whole load of, maybe I'm back to tax. Remember when I was talking about tax in the mail? Maybe they keep tax in it, but they're showing me a tub. This person is, I don't know who this person is yet, but they're showing me the tub. They're telling me about Lloyd's, and the red flag is also telling me that it is probably a warning. Just be careful. I don't know if you do internet banking, but I've just got some sort of warning. It's a warning around your internet banking or something to do with Lloyd's Bank. It's very bizarre. I don't know why they're showing me that. That said as well, I've got this feeling that I want to wrap you up at the moment. I want to wrap you up in a fro and a blankie. That's what the word. I want to put you in a little blankie and wrap you out in a fro and put you on the sofa with a nice cup of cocoa. I feel that you've been very busy, and I feel like I just want to wrap you up now. And you've achieved something. I feel like you've achieved something. You've been quite proud of yourself. But now you must have some time to wrap up. I mean, I don't know where you are, but it's pouring down rain now, which has got even darker in my house. But I just really want to wrap you up in a blankie. That's what I'm saying. They're saying wrap you up in a blankie with a cup of cocoa, and just be all nice and cozy because you've been quite a busy little bee. So let me know if that makes sense, because this card, instead of giving you some sort of clarity, is actually giving me, it's throwing in like innuendos, warnings, or just random. You're probably going to go, what's she on about Lloyd's Bank? You probably don't even bank with Lloyd's Bank, but something around Lloyd's Bank is definitely coming out, whether it's a phone call a letter, or you're just going to see that black horse logo on something, because it is definitely showing me Lloyd's. And that, Barbara, even I think is quite random what they've given me on that card, because there's no past, present or future as such. It's just things they've thrown at me to give you, and it may not make sense, but it may come to you later. Like I said, you may suddenly and let me know, private message me if you can, let me know if any of that does pop up, because I'm always intrigued, because I never understand where I'm getting it from either. That's the joys of mediumship. So yeah, I hope that does, and don't worry too much, but if you have got internet banking and it is Lloyd's, just change your password, do something, I don't know, just the red flag keeps drawing me to the red flag, something's telling me just be more cautious. Okay, but yeah, and I hope that doesn't sound too gobbledygook. Yes, okay, very interesting. I'll be on it. Look, I'll be on the lookout. Be on the lookout. Sometimes people are saying this to someone this week when I had a client. Don't see things as a negative. See them as warnings. And some people get told stuff in readings. And I'm not dissing any other reader. Everyone's different. But you get told stuff. Oh, this will happen. This has happened. This is going to happen. Sometimes it's a warning. And sometimes we can stop it happening. And sometimes if we say it's a warning, it helps the person to avoid that going ahead. The red flag for me is a warning, and it is telling me a warning. I've had a lot of warning signs come out today, so maybe it's because it's that time of year as well. You do online banking, but is it Lloyd's? No good if it's not Lloyd's. Could be anybody. Obviously, I don't want your account number either. It's not that sort of show. But yeah, so to me, it's a warning, and I think people should take positivity from the warnings, not go away worrying about it, because we can change warnings. That's the beauty of it. We can stop a warning from something happening. So please do not worry, anybody, if I've given you any warnings today, and if you're still on watching me and thinking, oh God, she's still going on. The warning is to help you. It is not to hinder you. And I never do any of my readings to hinder or upset people. It is to, positive. I like to think it's positive and you take something from it. Otherwise, why you watch me all this time? Yeah. But thank you, everybody. And I will see you all on Sunday Sofa with Polly and Leah. And I will see you in a fortnight on my own show again. Or maybe you won't. Who knows? Okay. Much love to you all and take care. Thank you, Christine. See you all soon.